What's up? Rhythmmaiden5678 here, and welcome to a different kind of Let's Play video. So when I was doing this part and the next part, it wasn't until I finished recording and I was in the editing studio on PlayStation, not PC. Which I'll explain my PC situation a little later. Turned out I had my mic muted. Which is a bummer. But I mean, it's kind of stuff that happens. I mean, there are times where like I capture something really good or really funny, and it's sometimes it would require like maybe my or my friends' voices um, to get the best reaction out of it. And sometimes, like it turned out, oh, one of my friends' mic was muted, like in the Tekken video. Friday, I think, or sometime over this weekend, during the Tekken video, my friend Magna Garmer, he just got his PlayStation 5, and I didn't think about it until it turned out I couldn't hear his mic in the video, that his voice was quote unquote not allowed to be shared. Um, yeah, so. Okay, it's just freaking out. But yeah, it turns out that his mic was sent recorded, and yeah, it's a bummer. But I mean, he still had mine and my other friend's buddy's mic on. So I mean, we kind of worked for what we did, but we did fix it. So I think we played Overcooked, and I'm pretty sure I put it on at some point this weekend as well, and should be able to hear our voices, stuff like that. But that's just kind of what happens when with YouTube, and that's unfortunately what happened to me. But yeah. So, anyways, I'm doing this just different kind of video. I've always kind of thought about doing a let's just talk videos, like on gameplay and all that stuff, or with gameplay going on in the background. But I mean, I'm still like so early in my career in YouTube that I mean, if not, I don't know. I don't really have a lot to work with, but yeah. Okay. This is a very important cutscene, so I'll go ahead and let this watch, and then after that, uh, we'll come back to it.
Ianyu kume.
Inamoto autonum isarabea.
Okay, so yeah, so as I step back into the light here, yeah, so as I said, yeah, that's pretty much what happens when you start YouTube. Something it's pretty annoying, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, so yeah, so just to kind of make up for this video, I guess I'll just kind of talk about what my quote unquote plans are and stuff like that for the future. And really, it's not anything too big or anything like that. I'm honestly,
Oti Ukaya. Anetu Tara, Ate de Keda Rosi, Adatu, O Nozi, a Wo Kuku, O Mara Genara Wo So, Inaku Bastizi, a Wizi.
Yeah, so honestly, don't know about the future. All I'm doing is just, taking this thing one day at a time. But, yeah. But as I said, I always did want to do this Let's Talk video and stuff like that. And I am sorry if this is kind of distracting, from the gameplay. But it's kind of something to substitute. I guess I could, kind of act like, this is me playing right now and be like, oh my god, no, not the kid. He died for like the 5th time or something like that, This kid gets beaten up a lot in this game, which is unfortunate, but I mean, hey, shit happens, right? Just like, when your mic doesn't get recorded for a video and you have to kind of make something up for it. Anyways, so as Trico flings his kid around, like a rad dog, I guess I'll go ahead and say what I think about The Last Guardian so far. Honestly, I hope this game was a success in sales to the point where they'll continue making more games like it. The devs who made this game also did make games like Shadow of the Colossus, which is a game I definitely do plan on playing in the future, at Eco, which wasn't as well received as Shadow of the Colossus, I imagine, or wasn't as well praised, as I may say. But it was still a good game. I did play them in Shadow of the Colossus on the PS3. But honestly, I preferred Shadow of the Colossus because it was more action and stuff like that. But with this game, though, it just takes into it's an entirely unique experience. I mean, like, look at this. Like, this is something you wouldn't think. Like, I got fucked up, and I got my homie Trico here, which honestly I can get really close to video game characters. I guess that's kind of how you roleplay. And I love Trico. Like, I mean, I really wish I could have a pet like Trico. And yeah, man. I mean, I honestly, this game is definitely worth playing if you haven't played it before, or if you're watching me play it. You definitely need to play this game yourself, because watching someone play a game and playing the game yourself is two completely different things. That's why sometimes, like, if you watch me or anyone else play like a horror game, we may act like little babies sometimes, in the moment. But I mean, yeah, dude, like, games can do that to you when you're playing them, but when you're watching someone play it, you're mainly just watching the person either react to it, or you're just, I don't know, I guess you're checking out the gameplay before it. But this game, you definitely need to play. I mean, I highly recommend it. It's not action oriented, and I'm pretty sure this game was made by a Japanese studio. And the thing about Japanese games is that they're really story first, action later. Which, to be honest, I love that. I love that kind of dynamic. But at the same time, it is kind of hard for me to stick with some games, because the pace can be like slowing down, really. And it's just, you gotta have to play it on your own time. I mean, I think that's what kind of the problem with not the problem, but the difference between Western game and Eastern game. Because, Western games here, we have games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, stuff like that. There's action. There's like a reward system that constantly they constantly keep the flow going. And, yeah, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's like when you're growing up with that kind of stuff, it's kind of what you just come to expect. But, yeah, I love Japanese made games, especially this one, man. So, yeah, this is honestly, I've never beaten this game. And, I mean, just judging from how the other games we played comes out, where, like, a character dies, like, in Mass Effect, or Life is Strange, and stuff like that. Which I guess, I mean, arguably I could have saved Chloe at the end of Life is Strange, but I don't know, man. Like, all those people didn't deserve to die, and that's pretty much why I chose it. But it really did, like, the first time I ever did play Life is Strange, it really did hurt me a lot, Chloe dying and all that stuff. But, I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, and then I really hope this doesn't happen in this game, because look at that. I freaking love Trico, man. He's so cute. So, and I like I said in the beginning of the series, I did grow up with miniature dachshund, like dogs. So I've grown like a big heart towards dogs and animals in general. which is why like if you see me playing games like Skyrim or like The Witcher, I don't go out of my way to hunt deers and stuff like that. Mainly because I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know. I feel for them. Uh, but yeah, but if I'm playing a game, like I do play a game like a hunting game called Hunter Call of the Wild. It's kind of my like if I need to chill out on a game, like I want to sit back, have some tea, have some coffee maybe, and just chill out. I'll play the hunting games. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, honestly, I would recommend anyone to play this game if you just want to play a really good story-driven game. And yeah, man, Trico's the boss. So, shout out to my boy Trico. Alright, anyways, that's pretty much what I think of the game. I mean, hopefully the ending's good. Hopefully it's not sad. Yeah. I guess I could also say like why I started doing YouTubing. I pretty much started YouTubing mainly because of the the situation that the world is in right now. The pandemic. I don't know if I can really say what it is on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know too much about the policies and the terms, stuff like that. This is why, like, with that Stubbs the Zombie game, I was really concerned if I could like see if I could show that swastika sign. But I guess YouTube hasn't like sent me a message or I don't know. Would they copyright claim it? I don't know. Copyright claim a swastika. That makes sense, right? But no. Yeah, I don't really know what the terms and conditions are too much. I just make videos and put them on YouTube. Mainly because I did it for the pandemic. Mainly because someone very special in my life who is probably watching, who's definitely going to be watching this video, and as I am speaking directly to you, mother. I figured she's going to be stuck in the house all day. I know she's going to be bored and stuff like that. So like, what's something I can do that can entertain her? And I was playing Detroit Become Human one day. And I was like, you know what? I bet this would be a game that Mom would really like. And I was like, so I messaged her, asked her, hey, do you want to, if I put games on YouTube, would you want to watch them? And she said yes. And I sent her the first few parts of Detroit Become Human. She likes them. So we went through the entire game. She really liked them. And I decided, you know what? Why don't I just make this kind of like a daily thing to do? Admittedly, I don't do this every day. There's some days where I need to take breaks because, I mean, I won't lie. Sometimes it can be a bit stressing playing the same game over and over again. And yeah, sometimes you just want to get through it. I am technically timed on the games I play. Throughout the day because I do have my other like daily rituals. I do, like I work out every day. I try to, stay smart by studying math, reading books, stuff like that. And so can be a little stressing and stuff like that, admittedly. But I mean, I pace myself. I don't really ever try to force myself to do something I don't want. Which I guess I can go ahead and say that about my Dead by Daylight videos. I do know that they're getting like tons of views. I was really shocked over the weekend. I was making a new playlist, which I'll go ahead and say a little later. I was making a new playlist. Basically, actually I'll go ahead and say it now because it's relevant. I was making a playlist with me and all my friends, my British friends that you guys will hear on my channel from time to time, of us just playing games randomly. Because I know sometimes, like, when you make a single video and stuff like that, when you're as small as channel as I am, with less than 30 subscribers, they can kind of get lost and stuff like that and forgotten. And one of the major things that I've always kind of thought about, while making YouTube videos was, one day I know I want to come back to it, to my channel, and just watch the videos that I've done with my friends at some point. And I don't want to forget them. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a whole playlist dedicated to them. Just playing games with them and all that stuff. And I mean, I've known these guys for years, like since I was in high school. And dude, they're really great guys. So yeah, I appreciate them. But anyways, I did used to play a whole lot of Dead by Daylight. Like way back in the day. I started out when HUD when the Huntress came out. And I played because of the Huntress. Like, she looks so cool. Bunnies are one of my top favorite animals, right below ravens and dogs. But I really do love Bunny. And I was like, you know what, there's a serial killer. She sings, and she has a bunny mask. I'm playing it. And Dead by Daylight was a totally different game back then. It was, I don't know, it's. I guess I can arguably say it was more simpler back in the day, because there were less perks to worry about. There was less maps to, you know, whether they were killer sighted or survivor sighted to worry about. Like Haddonfield, for example, is arguably survivor sighted because there are some loops in the houses that you can make sort of an infinite of, or you can make the killer chase you for a long time. And timing is everything for the killer. And if you waste too much time on Survivor, you'll pretty much lose. And this is me talking from the high ranks. I do play games in the red ranks or in the high ranks, or at least I did. And it came to the point where the game was just stressing me out. You know, like survivors are were getting too good. And I'll admit, you know, I started out as a killer main, and then I went a survivor and survivor killer, and then I just ended up being a survivor main, because I didn't want to handle the stress, and stuff like that when you play as the killer. So I started to play Survivor, but I really wanted to come back to playing Killer. And when the Trickster released, I instantly became a Trickster main. I knew he was bad. Let's admit, alright guys, he's bad. Don't let the YouTube videos, I don't want to call anyone out, but don't let the YouTube videos where they're like, you see in the title, Trickster OP question mark, or you know, Trickster S tier, something like that. Don't let them fool you. If you play in the high ranks, the red ranks, that's where you start to see the core problems of the game, and that's where everyone will eventually end up. Well, I guess not anymore, since they just introduced the MMR system, but this is like before the MMR system. If you play that, that's when you kind of see the problem with the game. And yeah, Trickster was just terrible on release, and I was truly expecting and hoping that Trickster would get a bunch of changes, because of how terrible and how widely, I can't think of the word right now, but how widely known how bad the Trickster was among the community, as a killer, anywhere really. And I was expecting a lot of changes in the PCB. I didn't know what changes, I just was hoping there would be changes. Maybe like either reduce the amount of knives that he has, and in turn reduce the amount of, sorry, I'm tripping right now. Reduce the amount of knives that he has, and also reduce the amount of knives it takes to down a survivor, which is what they eventually did. They could either do that, or they can make him a 115% killer, but keep, you know, the knives and all that shit the same. And they released him after the PGB, and he was shockingly terrible. Like, he's shockingly the worst killer in the game. Yet somehow he's the most fun killer in the game. And I've always had an excitement. I've always loved killers in games, obviously not real life, that laughs during you know, the killer game. You know, like the Clown, Deathslinger. They all laugh, they all have fun, stuff like that. Trickster just takes it to the next level, where, you know, he looks like a normal dude, he has voice lines and stuff like that, and it just makes him such a fun killer to play as. I won't say anything about playing against, because admittedly, when the Trickster came out, you didn't see a whole lot of them. I mean, you did see a good amount, but over the months, you can definitely tell that the population of Tricksters just slowly started to die down. Same thing as like pig mains, which was actually who I was before the Trickster came out. I was a complete pig main. Yeah, I love playing as her. I love the story. I love Saul, but yeah. But then Trickster came out, and I switched to playing Trickster. And yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much I shifted to. And after seeing how bad the Trickster came out, I kind of understood where the devs were in their mindset of where they're going to take the game to next. And I knew that they're not going to balance the game with the high rank players. You know, they're gonna keep catering to the low ranked audience and keep selling cosmetics and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, they're a business at the end of the day. They got to make money, right? And that's just when I knew, you know, I'm done. I don't want to stress myself out anymore. And I pretty much just stopped playing Dead by Daylight. So yeah, so I gotta wrap this video up, but I'll definitely be doing another talk about stuff in the next video, because like I said, my mic didn't get recorded. But yeah, man, love this game. Not Dead by Daylight, but this game. And yeah, honestly, I hope this wasn't too distracting, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.